Welcome to Backstage with Kennedy. This little show will be your remedy. From Toronto, spanning across the sea. Cool people, lots of laughs. This is your favorite podcast.
Hello, my name is Kennedy from the Backstage with Kennedy podcast. I got a friend of mine here who I've known for the last couple of years. Comedian. Does press work, publicism, and he also is a booker at the Bovine, which, as most people know, it is my favorite bar and is also known as my second home. Gabe Koury, super amped to have you on, man. How you doing?
Doing good. Thank you for having me, Kennedy. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, dude. It's always a good time just shooting the breeze with you. So.
Absolutely.
I thought it'd be a good time to get you on the podcast.
Fuck sure. Yeah, man. And I love to talk. Do I always have so many things? I always have almost too many things to say. So yeah, please. I'm excited to chat with you for sure.
Yeah, man. So we'll start it off with a little bit about like your comedy, like being a comedian.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for quite a while now, haven't you?
It's gonna be. Oh man, it's gonna be 8 years in January.
That's
which
wild.
Is cool. I'm now at this juncture, literally at 2020. I'm glad. Like I'm way more proud of it. Like I got to do some cool shit. I got to travel a lot for stand up in the US, which is really cool. I wish I had the energy that I had when I was like between the ages of 17 to like 24. The energy that I had for my band when I was that age. Yeah. I wish I had that now in my early 30s, just so I could like push myself more as a comic and just take more chances. But it's really taxing, man. But it's fun, man. It's wicked. I mean, like I brought up to you the other day, like I resurrected my comedy punk show at this really cool DIY space at Ossington and Bloor called the Love Shack. I want to give a little shout out to Marlena at the Love Shack. It's a really cool space. I'm actually doing an acoustic punk show there on the 26th.
JC's on that, right?
Yeah, JC from Kilroy AD, Dead Cemetery, and Sweet and Lowdown solo sets and acoustic sets, and Travis Miles of the Almighty Penske File doing a solo set as well.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Penske File's a Burlington band, actually.
Yep.
We're Penske File's a Burlington band, and I'm from Burlington, so I kind of grew up with those guys a little bit.
Were they like the hometown heroes?
To a point, yeah. Like,
yeah, I could imagine.
I mean, for the punk guys, yeah, like it would have been like them. We definitely looked up to like guys like Oregon Thieves, Ben Rispin in general, like Killing Time. Those are kind of the things we looked up to, I guess, as people who were interested in the punk scene. Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Gabe, what's it like putting on these shows now during this COVID after apocalypse time here?
Okay, well, my comedy punk show, which is called Punks Can't Laugh, I did it last Saturday at Love Shack, and it went really, really well. Honestly, it was better and smoother than I thought. The show was super tight. I was just terrified that it was just gonna get delayed for whatever reason. Someone's gonna show up late or something's gonna happen. So I gave myself like a lot, and the show ran super smooth. Everyone was cooperative. Everyone had hand sanitizer and masks, and people just like, there was like 15 people in a backyard, which I wanted there to be a little bit more, just a tad, just because there was extra seats. But in a general sense, like for a show during like the third wave of a lockdown, like it was still good. It was really manageable. It didn't stress out no one, and it was good, man. I'm happy. So I don't know. I guess you have to collaborate with the right people and have have it. Like I only had 6 comics plus Brad from School Damage doing a solo set with personal songs to each of the comics. So I didn't have to think like, oh, who's going to lend a snare drum to drummer Zed, or, Bill broke a string. Like I didn't have to worry about any of that shit realistically. And so just having less of those things I normally have to worry about at Bovine, let's just say, or I used to worry about. It wasn't. So it was actually a little more loose, and I think that was the only way to realistically pull off the show during this, like at this juncture, like during this period of our lives. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, no, I can only imagine, man, and especially being you, who a lot of your livelihood and what you do for a living revolves around live music and live
Yeah.
comedy and all that stuff. So it must be really tough. I mean, the Bovine, obviously,
Big time.
like all live venues are taking quite the hit right now. What's that like for you? Is that really tough?
Yeah, it's I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily tough. I just find it right now a little more just because, like, I mean, put it this way. In like March, we were thinking, okay, maybe Easter weekend we could open. And then come April, it was like, okay, maybe June. And then come June, it was like, maybe late August we'll open. And then come August, it's like, I don't know if we're gonna be open the rest of the year. So it's like we don't know. Like literally, it's just the nebulous of really not having an answer, because like restaurants and bars and etc. could like, I mean, they could pull off like takeout and having like a reduced capacity, and you can have a patio and you can eat outside, and that's fine. And for the most part, for the Bovine, like the patio's open and the bar and stuff. Not today in particular, like today, like Wednesday, but like in the general sense, like the, you know, I saw you on the tiki, like the tiki's open, which is good. So the bar's open, which is good for Bovine in a general sense as a company. But like in terms of it being a production company slash like concert hall,
Yeah.
which it kind of is. I hate saying concert hall. It sounds so pretentious, but like, but it is that, and like that's just like we don't know, because that's indirectly our livelihood. You know, like, as much as we sell beers and stuff, we're not a fancy cocktail bar. I mean, the tiki has nice, delicious cocktails, which we cater to that, but we can't just strictly rely on that. That capacity is reduced too. So the whole thing is just like, it's like a weird, it's almost like a punishment. You know what I mean? It's almost like being grounded, and then like your grounding, your punishment gets like loosened a bit, or it gets like relieved a bit, where it's like, okay, you're allowed to have 30 people.
Yeah.
You know, you have to wear a mask, you have to sign in your name, but you could have 35 now. And then maybe, okay, now you can have the sidewalk with that. You know, all the restaurants and bars on like Queen, Dundas College, you'll have like those weirdo patios on the sidewalk, which ours is good. But man, some of them sketchy as shit. Have you seen some of them? Like just pylon, like measly little pylons separating you from like a Civic. Like it doesn't make any sense. Trying to, oh dude, it's like imagine you're drinking like a. You're drinking like a rum and coke, and then a fucking Hyundai Elantra just like lose it. Oh, this is terrible. The whole thing's kind of weird to be.
Yeah, no,
But
I'm with you. So
the whole programming thing is kind of weird.
on a happier,
Yeah.
right now, obviously you've been performing for quite a while. As you said, 8 years. What I like to dive into this because you have great stage presence. I love when you do your crowd work. I've seen you do it before.
Oh, thank you.
You made fun of my one friend, and it was hilarious because you're making. I don't know if you remember this. You made fun of his motorcycle helmet, and you're like, "Oh, you carry that around just for fun?" And then he saw you while he was driving his bike down Queen West after.
Oh, really? Was he? Nice.
And he was just like, "Hey."
Nice.
But yeah, you're great at like working with the crowd.
Well, thank you.
What's your best like heckling experience? Because I feel like comedians get it so much worse than like musicians and stuff like that.
Well, so the idea of like handling a heckler or someone who's a little bit rambunctious and too drunk and very verbal and stuff. I mean, I was in a touring punk band for years, right? So we played to crowds all over Canada. I don't know. We play, and once again, these are punk shows, so it's like you're more likely to deal with drunk crowds a little bit more frequently than others. And then, so just like I wasn't scared of people. Like I was never really afraid of a crowd of people that I did not know, disregarding if they're drunk or cooperative or whatever. Realistically, so when that was starting to become a thing, maybe like 2-3 years into doing stand up, I wasn't super scared of it, but when it was my first paid gig, I opened up for Dave Marhej, who is from Windsor originally, but he was a Toronto guy for the longest time. And now he's in the US. He was on a TV show on Hulu called Rami. Like he won a Juno. Like he's just killing it right now. And my first paid gig was opening for Dave Marhej in Newmarket, like 2015, whatever. He headlined, and I think let's just say he had like 25 minutes for his headlining spot. Let's just say he maybe did like 5-8 minutes of jokes.
Ooh.
Like the rest was all crowd work. He just like picked on people, but he didn't pick. He wasn't mean. He was just like joke around with different people and like talk about that guy's arms and talk about this woman's shirts or what. It just like it was just the way he just like combed the crowd kind of and scanned what anything that looked like anything that looked like you could like potentially make a joke about it, and then he just did it, and I was like, fuck, that's amazing. So I don't know, over the years, things like open mics like that, when they're like, let's say at the Bovine, when Chuck does the Monday night open mics, for the most part, most of the people that are there are all musicians waiting for their turn to go up, which is fair. So for me personally, they're not comics and they're just random strangers. So it shows like that kind of helped me get better at crowd work and all, like, and it just like my thing that I like to do is that when I get to any show, whether it be a Bovine open mic or I'm doing a show at the Levity Comedy Club in Hamilton or blah blah blah, I'll like I said, I'll kind of like peep the crowd. I'll kind of look around and say, oh, that guy's a stupid hat. Oh, this person has an ugly haircut. Like, okay, I know I'm gonna already kind of like get the gears going of what I could possibly say if I think, and a lot of times I'll give myself time. Like I'll leave myself, if I have like 10 minutes, I'll give myself like 2-3 minutes to do crowd work and see if I could fuck with some people. And yeah, it's fun. To me, that's one of the most fun. I have the most fun doing that with stand up. Like that's like one of the most fun things to do. To be honest, that's like that I really appreciate because it's off the cuff. It's fun. It's fresh. It's like I don't know. I personally enjoy that when I see pros just do crowd work and make fun of people in the crowd or just pick on whatever. And if it's done well, it's like, oh my god, it's like it's a really cool experience. The same way when you see a punk band do something random or weird, and it's like, I don't know, it's just always fun, like when it's kind of like off script, kind of like it's always a little bit more enjoyable. I don't know, for me personally.
For sure. What's your favorite moment when dealing, like when you were messing with doing some crowd work, I guess?
The one that stands out the most that I remembered, I was headlining a show in Tallahassee, Florida, and it was at this place called Bird's Aphrodisiac. It's like an oyster restaurant. In Tallahassee, which is in the middle of the state. It's not even near the water. It's kind of weird, but it was a fun show, and it's a university town. So they have like it's like a Chuck kind of deal or cheap cocktails or some shit. I can't remember, but the place is packed, and every Wednesday they have a packed comedy show, and it's really good energy. And I was doing some joke, and I brought up within a bit, I brought up how I'm from Montreal originally, and some ladies in the crowd like, fuck Montreal. I was like, what? Like, where are you from? And she's like, Vancouver Island. And I'm like, Vancouver Island? I'm like, that's where Canadians go to die. What are you talking about? Like, get out of here. Like, you make it. And I said something else. I can't remember exactly what I said, but I was making fun of. But the thing is, it's Florida. Like, I would say maybe every third, fourth person maybe knows where Vancouver Island is or kind of knows where Montreal is. Like, not all Americans really have a good sense geographically of what Canada is or even culturally. So I didn't know if any of those jokes were going to land. But I think just the fact that I was making fun for people who were into it. And at the end of the show, the woman's husband comes up to me, and I was like, oh, fuck, like he's going to give me shit or something. And he comes up to me, he's like, dude, that was so much fun. I'm so glad you made fun of my wife, man. I wish you went longer. I wish you made fun of her more. And I was like, and then she came up to me and she started chatting with me. She's like, yeah, I'm from Salt Springs, BC, blah, blah. And I met my husband on a work trip, and I'm married, and I'm here now in Tallahassee. And I was like, fuck yeah, it's pretty sweet. So it was fun. I don't know. That one I remember particularly because I was in Tallahassee, Florida, and some chick from Salt Springs, BC, like from Vancouver Island, was there and had to chirp me, It was interesting.
A lot of people wouldn't even say anything in those situations. You know what I mean? They would just stay quiet. So it's funny that she had the idea that she needed to speak up.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, 100%. And she was drunk too, so it made sense. Like, a drunk woman. At the end of the day, it was like, maybe like 9:30, 10, maybe 10:30. It's probably a little bit later. She's probably partying and it's fun. She's drunk. She wants to be loud, and it's okay. I get that. And it was just, but like being. Like for her, like in her like perspective, it's like being a woman, a West Coast Canadian living in Florida, and then like a dude from Quebec goes up and he's like saying jokes about, and I didn't even have a joke necessarily about Quebec. I just like brought up how I'm originally from Montreal, and that's where she decided to like chime in and tell me to fuck off because I'm from Quebec originally. But yeah, super random.
So you've been doing some like press work. Can you tell me a little bit tell like the people a little bit more about that? I mean, you and I have spoken in the past a little bit about the bands. Can you dive into it a little more?
Yeah, man. Well, years ago with my old band Winslow, for one of our first full length album, I did the press for it just because I was just told by all the older dudes or all the like the vets in the scene in Montreal, so guys from like The Brains, The Real Deal, Trigger Effect, and Dig It Up. Well, Dig It Up are the same as, yeah, so like whatever. So it was like those cats, and I remember my buddy Dave, who plays in Dig It Up now, he's like, yeah, you should make press kits and bring them to magazines in Montreal or whatever, the kind of thing. And I used to do that, and I liked it, and it was fun. And I got us some good coverage. It doesn't necessarily mean that they liked our album, but like, whatever, I still got it done. And then when I ended up moving to Toronto, I just want to find another avenue to like potentially work in the music scene. So I actually interned at Burley Calling, helping Melanie K just sort out assets for press, because she was going to do a big press release and etc. So I helped out. That's how I met Melanie. And Melanie just kind of showed me some things, just how to organize myself into certain things, which helped me out tremendously. And then literally after that, like that was December 2013. So January 2014, I was like, fuck it. I have a bunch of friends that are in bands that do cool stuff that I'm a fan of. And I know that they're either, working to save up money to buy a van or to get new merch or whatever. For the most part, most of those bands at the time too were touring too. So it's like, how about I charge you guys like $10 a month and I just try to get you guys like features and whatever. Oh, cool, man. So it started like that, and then I just started to get better contacts and just get better contacts, get better results, and now it's like it's just unfortunate because of COVID, and it's not just me. A lot of other people that kind of got screwed, but like I lost about like almost $2,500 worth of work this like spring and summer. And because usually every spring till fall, give or take, like I do well. Like I pay rent and I pay bills with it aside from, what I make at Bovine and etc. So it's it was like a journey, a good 6-year journey to kind of like build this thing, and now it's cool. Now it's just cool. I mean, I'm doing a few campaigns, like some of the bands that we chatted about there, like Tragic Hearts, and which are great. Their new album's really cool. I'm really excited about that. Saucer Eyes, which are awesome, and Killer Whales, who are old buds and old Bovine alumni. Their latest record, which I worked with them on, was really cool. And so it's like it's cool because it's for the most part it's bands I'm friends with, or I know through booking them, or I just know them somehow. It's a lot less randoms. There's only like a handful of randoms, but for the most part it's all bands I work with. But I'm a fan of them and I like what they do. And I like their attitude, and and it kind of goes from there. I would like to get to the point where I could be like Melanie K, which will get there soon. It's just kind of big time, dude. Like like I said, she, lack of a better term, like mentored me. She just gave me a lot of good tips and told me like how to organize myself and how to pitch certain ideas to certain like what things to bring up in a pitch to a said website or magazine, because you can't just willy-nilly just ask, like, hey, could you feature my thing? It's Kennedy's new EP. It's like, well, why would we want to feature it? Oh, well, they have this many hits on social media. They have put this. They're gonna put a $40 Facebook ad and blah blah blah, and give them like just certain things which makes a lot of sense. And Melanie was definitely a good I would say mentor. I was gonna say role model, but I would say I don't know, but I would say like a good mentor, like role model in that respect, like in that respect, because she built her little empire just like anyone else did, and she worked super hard for it too, which is awesome. And
she had a lot with like this podcast actually, like just
absolutely
helping me get guests, especially in the early stage, because I knew like I had friends in the scene, but it was like after those friends, now it's like I need to branch out and start meeting new people, right? So
totally,
she's been a big hand, and I mean, Gabe, we're gonna get all your bands on there as well, so it's it's looking pretty good.
Nice. No, I'm sad, dude. I'm happy for you, dude. It's good. Like it's rolling. You're putting out. How many episodes do you put out a week? Like 2?
For the most part.
It's good, man. It's a lot of content.
When I started, I was doing 3, and then I brought it down to 2. And right now I'm in a stage where I'm trying to figure out if I want to keep rolling with 2 or if I just want to do 1 a week. So I'm
right.
Because I like putting out that much content. It keeps me busy, and when I'm not working, it keeps me kind of doing something.
Of course.
ED goes crazy, and I'm like.
Well, that's the thing, right? You don't want to burn yourself out, but you don't want to like, stop the flow, because sometimes the flow needs to continue, which is kind of unfortunate because it kind of forces people like yourself and myself to like kind of push ourselves almost too hard You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's just how social media works, which is stupid and really, really unfortunate. When you find out that there's like, when you now, okay, like 3-4 years ago, it's like there's YouTube stars, and oh my God, the YouTube stars are gonna take work away from comedians and this and that. You know, they have 10 million hits on YouTube, so they have a sold out theater in wherever. And now it's like there's TikTok stars, like there's dorks on TikTok singing a fucking wet ass pussy song, and then like they're doing cartwheels, and they have like 5 million followers, and now they have like a YouTube original series about hair. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, so it's like cats like ourselves. It's like, well, what do we have to do to get this? You know, are we in the wrong fit? You know, so it is a hustle. So good for you, dude. It's not easy.
We may have to get into the TikTok business, Gabe.
Yeah, you might have to start dancing to some Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and shit. Yeah, and because I don't think there's any other way. If you don't have a wet ass pussy, you can't win. And I don't know about you, but I don't have a wet ass pussy. My pussy is not wet right now. It's totally tepid, and it's fine. It's just a fine pussy. It's just FP fine pussy. That's all it is. It's fine.
Sometimes, man, I just lose my composure on this.
It's okay. Lose your composure, dude. Lose it. Just lose it. Like Eminem.
Yeah. So Bob Sacamano Band.
Mm-hmm.
Is that you still doing that, or was that just like a cover here and there? I know Denzel Fest was a thing for you.
Yeah.
For a couple of years.
Yeah.
You
It started off like 4 years ago. That's 3 years ago, my 29th birthday. We just did a bunch of covers, and it was almost a completely different lineup. The only people that were in the band at the time that are still in is Andrew, the drummer, and Mike, the bass player. And we just did a bunch of covers, like Choking Victim, Rancid, Misfits, and then a handful of TV show songs like Cheers, That 70s Show. Yeah, that's about it. We only did like one or two, but those two got like a really big response because they're songs that you wouldn't necessarily have expected realistically, and they're good sing-along songs, right?
Yeah.
And then when we did it again last year, it was more TV show theme songs and only a handful of couple punk songs. And then we did a cover of My Heart Will Go On.
Yeah.
But the Newfound Glory cover, it's just easier because it's like if you were trying to learn the original Celine Dion one, it'd be really hard. It's so slow and like dramatic. It doesn't make sense. But Newfound Glory has a cool punk cover of it. And so we just did that, but we added horns, and that response was great. And then we just liked it more. So this year, this like when it came around to 2020, we want to do just like one or two songs with horns. And then literally the horn section, who are Alex, Ian, and Molly, they're just super talented and really easy to work with, and they know their chords. They know what they need to know. So literally, it would be like, okay, this is in the key of G, okay, and they just like fuck around and do whatever. So we had to like, hey, let's do the whole set like a ska set, like ska punk set, which was even better. Like it's a thing. Like, and we want to jam. Like we're gonna jam and maybe try to like write some original songs. Like why not? Because you can jam now at Rehearsal Factory, right? Like the hourly rooms. You could jam again now. I mean, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it, and then like next week you're not allowed to jam. But yeah. So we're gonna make some time and have some fun with it because I really liked it. I'm usually the guy behind the scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So and even with Back of the Class, like the skate punk band I was playing in, and I said we're kind of I guess on a break. Our drummer moved, and we're not mad or anything. It's just like he has a family and he wants to move. Which is totally fair, so it's all good. And so when that happened, I was like, oh man, like I really, aside from stand up, I'm not on stage, like I'm not playing in anything right now. And I've been playing bass since I was 12, and I'm 32, so about almost 20 years. And in Bob Sacamano, I just sing, but I've been practicing singing because I've always liked it. As a kid, I would be in like the school choir, or like I'll be in the church choir with the kids. Like when I was young, I always liked singing. And then I was like 14, I did a cover. We played the talent show, me and my buds. Guess what song? I want you to guess what song we played.
In church choir?
No, this is at school. The high school talent show. Okay, a high school talent show. We played a cover of Broken Home by Papa Roach.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, man. It's so fun. A buddy of mine has the footage. He lives back in Montreal, or I don't know where. I don't know. I would have to ask him about it.
Gotta post it up, man.
But it's like from 2002, maybe 2001, 2002. I was fat, chubby little kid, a POD t-shirt and baggy dickies on. And and I always loved singing, and I like to sing a lot. And I sang in Winslow, which was my band prior, and so it's a thing. We're gonna hustle it some more for sure. Maybe learn a couple of new covers, because I don't know when we're gonna be able to play, or anyone's gonna be able to play realistically. But if we can at least jam and just fucking have fun, man. Playing music is so cathartic. It's ridiculous. It's like therapy.
Yeah, the reception on Bob Sacramento event was huge, man. Like, I remember just people messaging me being like, "Yo, did you hear about this? Did you hear about this?" And I was like,
"Get out of here, really?"
Yeah. And I know John Craig Sifton was a part of it. So like, I heard like the behind the scenes from JC as well. So it's just like it was full circle. I was seeing it, and I was like, "This is." And right.
JC has some good ideas for other covers. So maybe, I mean, once again, I don't know when this will be hypothetically, but it would be fun to maybe do like another style cover set where it'd be like all pop songs, maybe turned like pop songs turned like ska punk, I guess. I don't know. He has a couple of cool ideas where we were jamming at Rehearsal Factory, and I was like, nice, keep that on the back burner, dude. Like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't want to say what it is. He has some cool ideas, dude. He's a good egg, JC.
Last time I hung out with him, we were singing parody songs at 3 a.m.
Parody songs?
We were making up parody songs with Chuck Coles. It was a great time.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Chuck's very good at that. Did you ever sing you the if you get bit by a dog?
A hilarious dog.
Yeah.
or Dick Shark.
That one I don't know. I don't know the Dick Shark one.
He was singing about Diplo's penis the other day.
Oh.
The funny one.
So he's something else, that guy. Something else, Mr. Coles.
I love him, man.
Oh, yeah, he's the best. Good egg.
Well, Gabe, I don't want to take up any more of your time, man. I know you're a busy guy, but I appreciate you coming on the podcast, dude.
Well, thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it. This is good. This is fun. Good for you. I'm happy for you pushing out some content. So
I'll see you around the Bovine, I'm sure.
Yeah, man.
Coming to the show. I'm coming to the comedy show at Love Shack on the 22nd, right?
Sorry, I'm losing my mind. The 26th of September. That's it's an acoustic punk show. Travis Miles from Penske File, Death Cemetery, Sweet and Lowdown, and JC Sifton. It's 26th of September at the Love Shack, which is at basically DM or write a message on the event page for the address, because I don't want to blow up this woman's address. It's, to be fair, it's a really cool spot, social distance. And the next comedy punk show, Punks Can't Laugh, will be October 17th with Dave Burke headlining and Lime Ricky solo set.
Ooh.
So, it's not announced yet. I mean, it's not announced. I just didn't make the event yet. I locked down Tyler. So, Lime Ricky solo set with Dave Burke, who's a Yuck Yucks comic, super fucking funny. Headlining, that's the 17th of October. Yeah. So if you guys, you'd come out, for you, Kennedy, like, you come out, it'd be fun shows. And any of your viewers, just follow Punks Can't Laugh on Instagram. Follow me, Jersey Fresh 05, for more info and for more events and stuff coming up. And that's pretty much it.
Beautiful. Thanks, Gabe. I appreciate it, brother.
Hey, thank you, man. You have a good one, man. Take care, Kennedy.
As well, dude.
All right, peace, dude.